They was not scared of Suge Knight. They was terrified of Suge Knight.
Celebrities have been caught up in drama before, but this one is shaking hip-hop to its very core. Picture this. FBI agents scrambling through stacks of files, red strings tangled across investigation boards, and right at the center of it all, one legendary name glowing like a warning light.
People will start to say it's an East Coast, West Coast rivalry because it was people that's trying to make money. It was true people trying to make careers. It was people trying to get famous. And Tupac's a legend. Like I said, Tupac wasn't born, he was sent to us.
Snoop Dogg. People were stunned. This isn't just some random case. This is a full-blown manhunt. Yeah, you heard that right. The rap icon himself is now sitting at the center of a massive federal investigation. And guess what? He's vanished off the radar. Word on the street is he jetted out of the country on a private plane tied to some shady shell company and could be hiding out somewhere in the Caribbean. But the real question is, why disappear like that? That's the million-dollar mystery. The answer might be hidden in a batch of leaked court documents that just shook the entire industry. And at the center of it all, Diddy. Already drowning in his own legal firestorm, Diddy has reportedly dropped a bombshell. Sources claim he handed over explosive evidence linking Snoop to the planning of the crime that ended the life of one of the greatest ever, Tupac Shakur. Now, decades after Pac's tragic death, the pieces of the puzzle are finally snapping into place. And the FBI? They're not just sniffing around, they're going all in. Insiders say if Snoop doesn't
I'm quite sure I am death row. Suge Knight is death row. So I'm quite sure before it's said and done, all eyes on me and Machiavelli out of Fox have judgment to come back to me.
Surface soon, he could be hit with an international wanted alert. Would you like me to make this even more cinematic and suspenseful, almost like a Netflix documentary narration? The silence is deafening. Snoop hasn't said a word, and that's got everybody asking the same question. Is it guilt or pure fear of what the world might uncover? Let's rewind for a second. Everybody remembers the brutal East Coast versus West Coast tension of the 90s. But what if the beef ran way deeper than we ever imagined? What if Snoop was quietly pulling strings behind the curtain, setting up moves that reshaped hip-hop forever? And just when you think it couldn't get any crazier, boom. Suge Knight steps back into the spotlight from behind bars, and he's coming in hot. His name already drips with controversy.
Right now, Davis is fighting for bail ahead of his trial, which he has pleaded not guilty for.
But now he's tossing out bombshells like it's nothing. In his latest prison interview, Suge didn't hold back. He came straight for Snoop, accusing him of playing a major role in Tupac's downfall. Meanwhile, Keefe D is still fighting for his life in court, but Suge's words just added another layer of chaos to an already explosive case. Want me to push this rewrite into a more dramatic, documentary-style narration, like a trailer script, or keep it in a raw gossip-style tone? Whispers are spreading. Cryptic hints suggest Snoop might be tied to other unsolved, shadowy moments in West Coast rap history, secrets buried for decades. And when it's Suge Knight dropping those hints, the man known for saying, "I know where the bodies are buried," figuratively or maybe not, the whole thing hits different. Suge didn't stop at hints either. He gave a chilling warning. Snoop's time is running out. So what does he know? And why is he choosing now, of all times, to speak up? Is this revenge? Or is he finally ready to blow the lid off what really happened to Tupac? Then comes the disappearing act. Just before those court leaks dropped, a private jet quietly lifted off from a California
2 weeks ago, I'm outside my office. My assistant comes up and says, "Suge Knight wants to speak to you from jail." I said, "Who?" He said, "Suge Knight." "The Suge?" "Yes." "Gotta be kidding me." "No."
airstrip. No press, no paparazzi. That jet?
Tied to a mystery shell company.
And rumor has it, Snoop was on board. Some say he's laying low in the Bahamas. Others whisper about a hidden estate in Europe. But one thing's undeniable, he ghosted. His socials? Silent. His team? Saying nothing. The dog went from untouchable to invisible. And the timing? Too perfect. With Diddy's case cracking wide open, people are asking, is Snoop running from the dirt that might surface next? 2 weeks ago, I get the call. Suge Knight wants to speak to you from jail. I thought it was a joke. It wasn't. The Suge. And what he told me flipped everything on its head. Because this isn't just about Snoop's silence. It's about missing millions. Death Row Records, once the crown jewel of 90s hip-hop, has been drowning in financial scandals for years. And now, new questions are surfacing about where all that money went and who might have grabbed it. Remember when Snoop took over Death Row in 2022? He called it a full circle moment. But Suge isn't buying the fairy tale. From his cell, he's demanding receipts. What did you buy? Show me the paperwork. And here's the wild part. Nobody's ever seen that paperwork. Not fans, not insiders, not even industry vets. Now the whispers are growing louder. Millions meant to revive the label have straight up vanished. Some claim the money went to settle old debts, pay off legal battles, or maybe fund Snoop's sudden escape before the feds closed in. And the FBI? They're sniffing around. Hard. Digging into Death Row's books, chasing a trail of shady deals, missing archives, and destroyed files. With Snoop as the new owner, he had full access to everything. So now the question is, what did he find, and what did he do with it? Meanwhile, the Keef D saga explodes. The man long accused of orchestrating Tupac's murder is finally behind bars. But Suge just dropped another bomb. He claims Snoop himself tried to bail Keef out. Why? Suge says it's simple. Keef knows too much. And if he talks, the whole house of cards comes crashing down.
Think about that.
Was Snoop protecting Keef or protecting himself? Could that secret connection explain why he dipped off the grid so fast? And then there's the betrayal. Back in the 90s, everyone thought Snoop and Pac had an unbreakable bond. But Suge paints a darker picture. Cracks in the friendship, jealousy simmering beneath the surface, loyalty breaking when it mattered most. According to Suge, Snoop wasn't the brother Pac thought he was. He was playing his own game, a game with deadly stakes. Now layer after layer is being peeled back. Offshore accounts, shell companies, hidden alliances overseas. It's starting to look like Snoop's disappearance wasn't panic, it was preparation. And through it all, Suge Knight keeps talking. From behind bars, he's teasing receipts that he claims could not only tie Snoop to Tupac's downfall, but also expose the financial rot inside Death Row's empire. If he drops them, Snoop's legacy could collapse overnight. The question is no longer if the truth comes out. It's when. So now we ask, is Snoop Dogg a victim of the biggest setup in hip-hop history, or the mastermind behind one of its darkest scandals? Because one way or another, the clock is ticking.